Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we're going to continue with our modeling series. And today I'm going to be building an ads. Kind of not something most people know about, I guess. An ads is a tool used for shaping logs. Back in the old days, they were used for taking like a large timber or a large log and turning it into a beam used in constructing a house or a barn or something like that. So, um, we're going to go ahead and find my reference here. Go. And yeah, that's kind of what an ads looks like. Obviously this one's turned a little bit. But you kind of just have this handle and iron here, and you would basically swing it, kind of like a mattock or a pickaxe, but it's kind of also swung in such a way that this portion of it, rotate this, um, kind of that way, so to speak, so that this portion of it cut off chunks of wood, um, from the log that you're working at. So you'd have a broad axe that would chop like down through the log this way, and then the ads would come along and cut this way and cut those chunks off and square, so to speak. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll rotate this the rest of the way so that it's less vertical. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and add another cube. I'm gonna scale this one to 0.5. Okay, and then go ahead and scale this one down as well. So some, there we go. That's, that's close. Let's get just more. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and do our usual mirror modification here. And so go ahead and add edge loop. Delete the vertices. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and add five mirror thing 101. Okay. We'll go ahead and add edge loop there. Right, handling. I'm gonna make this one. This one would be like a, this would be more of an oval sort of shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab those and the slide. There we go. Something kind of like that. There we go. Something. Okay. All right. So that's that. Let's go ahead and select our top faces here. And grab the move up the link under there. And then we'll do the same thing. So there we go. That gives it the link that we need. Go ahead add a cuts here. Right, that one there. Okay, just kind of up. To 5. Okay. Scale this one. Match those up nicely. Yeah. Uh, all right, and then go ahead. I'll add another one out there, and grab this and fit that. Okay, that's kind of got our handle. Go ahead and we'll scale this end of it some. So let's go ahead and that. And then it looks like this end is squared off more to accommodate this head. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that and we'll scale right. Then we'll grab this end, scale right. Scale these on the X to 0. That'll give this a nice square shape. Then same with this one here. Add another loop cut. Let's do that there. So there we go. There we are. All right, and then let's see, we want this to be slightly bigger than the rest of this because it's going to out slightly. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll scale these Y. Okay. And then there. Perfect. All right, and that kind of gives us our axe or our adze tackle. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Uh, let's go ahead and we'll move that back to solid shading. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and we'll add. We'll add another cube. Way too big. And then grab this face there and move it like that. And we're going to delete and just the face there. Okay. So now we've just got to build this portion of it. So I'm going to grab this one and move it in. There we go, like so. And then I'm going to add a couple of loop cuts here. we're going to need one for this portion of it. And then I also want to do the same up here and just kind of round off the edges here. So those, there we go, something like that. There is quite a bit of a body there, but these aren't quite as pronounced on the front, so I'm going to go ahead and grab those and move those in like so. There we go. Alright, and then let's go ahead and I'm going to grab this face here, and we're going to extrude it out like so. And then I'm going to grab this edge. I'm going to give it that slope down right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and we'll do this and extrude that out. About like that also. Then I'm going to go ahead and we'll add a couple of loop cuts. I'm going to go ahead and put this one out here because this portion of it starts to widen out some. Okay. There we go. Something like that. And then I'm going to add another one. Out. I want to be able to chamfer this edge. All this is a little thick, so I'm going to start bringing some of these faces down. There we go. All right. Then I'm going to go and we'll grab this one, move it up just to get a gentle curve there. There we go. It looks like this is pretty much the same thickness until you get up to there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this face and we'll move that down slightly. There we go, something like that. All right. And then go ahead and we'll move out about like that. I want to give it a nice width to it. There we go. All right. And then this portion of it here, I guess. I need to rotate it. Okay. And I guess maybe this portion of the wood as well. Okay. And just going to rotate those Maybe about like that. Nope. And then there we go, this portion, and rotate it so. And then go and grab that down slightly. There we go. And that kind of gives us the curve to it. That way you're not hitting this portion of it as it in. I need a little bit more than that. Rotate this slightly. There we go. That's more like it. That kind of gives us that curve so that we're not hitting the edges here. I want to soften this out just a little, but that pretty square cut there, so don't think I'm really going to bother with that. Do it here though. Just to give it that nice round edge there. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll do the same this portion of it. There we go. And that just makes it a little more natural. There we go. All right, so that's our ads, and I'm gonna go ahead and select sleeve faces like that. Go and add. Okay, all right, and we'll give these a couple material. We're gonna go this one. And ads, there we go. Sign this one. That's dark. Metal tell us up some well. And I'm going to go ahead and sign that. And select in simple this one. And it's nice yellow color. Rough this up. Sign. There we go. Perfect. Right, so there's that. It's feeling kind of good. If this taking 20 minutes or so, it's done. So taking half an hour, it's done in 20 minutes. So um, that's going to be it for today. I've kind of got a little bit of a list of other objects that I've got to build. Right. So I've got these are kind of the tools that we've been working on so far. But I've got obviously all these other pieces that have got to go in as well. Um, so like furniture and all that kind of thing. Some various different cooking pieces, pots and kettles, utensils, that rocks for mining and that kind of thing. Um, Different building sections for so when building a house, you can kind of put all of this together. Vehicles because I need to have like a hand cart and a wheelbarrow for transporting larger loads. Um, Obviously furniture and that kind of stuff, tables, chairs, benches, storage. I'll need like some barrels and boxes and crates and storage chests and that kind of stuff. And then each of these animals will have to be modeled as well. And then some of these trees, these basic plants. We need some ground cover kind of ones here. Some shrubs and crops and that kind of stuff. I suppose we could also add like some crafting benches. Actually, we put more like crafting, not really benches, but stations. Let's just do crafting. Because we're gonna need a spinning wheel, and we'll need a loom. A bloomery, we'll need an anvil. Need like a clay. Actually, there we go. Potter's wheel. Clay work bench. Um, you may need a lathe, although I'll probably just make do with a spoke shave or something for doing that. Yeah, because all of this is done without electricity, right? Because it's a frontier thing. So, um, yeah, I've got quite a list of stuff that we've got to make. So I'll have to do some research and reference pictures and that kind of stuff for a lot of these as well. Um, but that's kind of what we've got to look forward to. So far we've done those. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll give these a nice green or something, and we've done the pickaxe, bright green, and we've done the adze, spelt. There we go. Rake, hammer, pitchfork, those kind of things. Those are all ones that I've got to make. Add a knife onto here. There we go. Yeah, so I've got quite a list of things to do here, and some of these, wash basins and picture frames and all that kind of stuff, those will be able to be made relatively easily. The ones that'll be more interesting and take a little longer will be things like handcart, wheelbarrow, some of the other loom. It's probably going to take us several episodes to get those built, just because they're a little more complicated, they're a little larger, and I don't know the specific structure of how those are all made. So, um, but yeah, this is kind of what we've got to look forward to. And then of course, animals are always a little more complicated because they've got those those organic shapes to them. So some reference pictures and help with that quite a bit. But yeah, that's kind of the modeling list that I have going so far. I'm adding to this as I think of them up. Think of ones to add to the list. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time. Ta-ta.